Oh, I love you too so much. Georgia, sweet Georgia, this is our home. This is our home. That's right. As a matter of fact, I was born in Milledgeville, and I was a little girl in Macon, Georgia. We need to talk about our history a little bit. Let's talk about it. For the past 8 years, we have been through so much together. It's been quite a ride, and Donald Trump, our former president, 45th president of the United States, has brought us on this ride. And it's important to recognize it. For years, the media and the Democrats have called him every name in the book, and they've called us every name in the book along with him. Never forget it was Hillary Clinton that declared we were all deplorable. And then they moved forward and they called us Nazis, and Kamala Harris called us Nazis. She called these rallies Nazis. Now, as the media and the Democrats have tried to tell America who Donald Trump is, we know exactly who he is because he was our president for 4 years. You can't lie to us. You can't lie. And you want to know what else you can't lie about? You can't lie to us about who Kamala Harris is either. We know exactly who she is. So we have 2 candidates, and let's talk about the past 4 years that we have been through. Never forget it was the Democrats that shut this country down during COVID. Never forget it was the Democrats who hurt people's speech. Free speech, they took it away. They shut down churches, they shut down beaches. They shut down playgrounds. They kept schools closed. If you're someone in this audience tonight and it's your first time voting, you lost prom, you lost your graduation, you probably lost your part-time job, your sports and your activities were shut down, and that happened through Democrats, and it should have never happened. But moving forward, let's talk about what they did with full Democrat control in Washington, D.C. Under Joe Biden, under Kamala Harris, under Democrats controlling Washington. They passed some of the most horrific bills that I had to vote no on. As they lecture America about supposedly women's reproductive rights, I want you to know that Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats passed a bill in the House twice that would legalize abortion to the day of birth. That is not a reproductive right. They are the party of radical, barbaric baby murder. That's right. This is not a party that's pro-women. This is a party that celebrates and promotes men pretending to be women coming into our bathrooms and our daughters' sports. This is not a party that is pro-women. As a matter of fact, this is a party that is destructive for women. And they have lied and lied to women in America, and it's wrong. And the right thing that we can do is to stand up for women. Because when we're standing up for women, we are protecting our women's sports. We are protecting our daughters from the lies of the left and protecting our sons. And the most important lie we have to protect our children from is the lie that you can change your gender to something else. These are the lies of the left, and these are the lies that they have told for the past 4 years. Now, I want you to imagine going forward if Kamala Harris were to become president of the United States. We would go forward in an America where you can better bet that trans men will become a permanent fixture in women's sports. We will go forward in an America under Kamala Harris's Department of Education where they would brainwash children to believe they can change their gender in every school in America. We would go forward in our country with wide open borders where under borders are Kamala Harris. They've already brought in tens of millions of people, tens of millions that have murdered Americans. Think of this. Think of this. The Democrats in New York City went in and raided a home to kill a squirrel. They did, to kill a squirrel. Yet it was the same state of New York that let the criminal illegal alien go that came to Georgia that murdered our very own Laken Riley. That's who the Democrats are. Now, if we go forward in America under Kamala Harris as president, she's going to give amnesty and citizenship to all of these illegal aliens that she has let into this country. And I want you to understand what that will do to us. See, it's not just people coming in to try to live their American dream. The American dream that we should be fighting for is your American dream. And that's exactly what President Trump is going to do. But we have to do this on Tuesday. If we don't convince the people that still may not want to vote, if we do not convince them to go in on Tuesday and cast their vote for President Trump, then we are looking at a future that looks very dark. A future of wide open borders, a future of economic disaster, a future of high taxes, a future that includes World War III. And you have to always remember it was President Trump who brought world peace. They can't lie about that no matter how hard they try. Now, my fellow Georgians and friends and family who are here today, we have been on this MAGA train for a long time, since 2016. And here we are, we're seeing it come to an end, and I know many of you in the audience tonight feel emotional about that, just as I do. My first Trump rally was right here in Macon, Georgia. It was. Years ago, and I can't believe that my last Trump rally on the campaign trail is right here in Macon, Georgia. But here is the message that you all need to understand. This is not the end. It's not the end. You see, President Trump is the father of our movement. He's the founding father of Make America Great Again. He's the founding father of America First policies that have turned the entire country and the world's focus back to how we should be governing. And we have a responsibility, at least my generation of politicians do, and so do many of my colleagues. You see, along with President Trump, when we elect him on Tuesday and put him back in the White House, right? We have a great responsibility to pick up this mantle along with him and carry it forward. This may be the last Trump rally in Georgia of this campaign cycle, but this is not the end of the MAGA movement. Oh no, this is only the beginning. And that's exactly what the Democrats and the media that hate us need to understand. We aren't going anywhere. We are not going anywhere. And here's the message that really needs to be understood across the aisle, is no matter the nasty names you call us, no matter how much you look down on us, no matter how much you want to lock us up and put us in jail, here's something you need to remember. You see, we're your brothers and sisters, your daughters and sons, your mothers and fathers, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles. We're your friends and your neighbors. And shame on every single one of you for treating us the way you have treated us for the past 8 years. We are not garbage. We are not Nazis. We are not fascist. We are not deplorable. We're Americans and we love our country and we love our fellow Americans. And we want the Democrats, the left, the media, and those that have been against us for all these years, we want them to understand something. You may hate the man that we support and we're voting for on Tuesday, but you need to remember to treat us with respect. You do. You need to treat us with respect. And our message back to you is this. You need to remember to love the country just like we do. And we need to fight for it together. Fight. You see, it wasn't too long ago, it was just a few months ago. Think about that. July 13th, President Trump was shot in the face in Butler, Pennsylvania. That should have never happened. He was impeached twice. That should have never happened. They've investigated him, they've indicted him, and they arrested him and locked him up in Fulton County. None of these things should have happened. No, none of them should have happened. And there's other things that shouldn't have happened to Americans. January 6, 2021 was not an insurrection. And there's people that have been locked up or still being prosecuted, have been put in prison for years. And the way our federal government has treated them is some of the worst things I've ever seen in my lifetime. They never did this to the violent BLM and Antifa protesters, did they? Rioters. No, they didn't. It's a hypocrisy that should never be forgotten. So as you go to the polls on Tuesday, I want you to carry this with you. Your government should never become tyrannical and lock you down, force you to take a vaccine, muzzle you with a mask. Your government should never become tyrannical to take away your rights and your freedoms. Your government should never become tyrannical to lock up people because they protested an election, because the elections belong to the American people. So on Tuesday, Georgia, let's vote for Donald J. Trump and